is program committee recommendations, and handling that will be Anniko Gerengser with the European Publications Office.
So, thank you very much. I think we have had a very impressive program, right? So it really proved how important reference data and semantics are in this evolving era of AI and AI factories and LLMs and AI agents and all the other technologies that are being born. We still prove that knowledge graphs, reference data, semantics are really, really crucial. So we have had a very, very prominent helpers as well in this to establish this program, because of course we didn't do it alone. So we couldn't have had this if we didn't have very good submissions, very good speakers, and of course a great program committee. So just a bit of numbers and statistics before I go to the program committee. So we had received 61 submissions. Finally, 45 presentations were accepted, so there were different criteria to accept them. 4 demos, 8 posters, of course the 2 panel sessions, and the 3 keynote speakers that were invited as well to speak at the event. So in total we had 85 speakers, which is also a very, very great number. And what is especially nice is that we had these ad hoc workshops. So Peter Winstanley, who proposed the crash course on RDF in the break, or one other additional demo that was proposed as well for today at lunchtime. It really showed the enthusiasm and the motivation that you all have. So let's see the persons behind the program. Sorry. Here. So this is our program committee, a very, very impressive and prominent team of academics, of institutions, from academia, from private organizations as well, from the private sector, from international organizations, and from EU, of course. So you can see here the names, and I would like to give a very huge thank you for all of them who are here or who are online or following us online, and who reviewed the proposals, who provided recommendations, approved them or rejected them, and who also commented and helped really to improve the presentations. So I would like to invite also on stage Vasilios Peristeras and also Peter Kolpert, who is who is here for the whole afternoon speaking, so this is probably your last time speaking today. So to share their thoughts about what your view is, how your experience was with working with the program committee.
Okay, so good afternoon. My name is Vasilios Peristeras. As you have seen, I work for the Council, and in my free time, I'm also a professor at the Greek University and a visiting professor here at KU Leuven. So thank you very much for the invitation to participate in this very interesting committee for the ENDORSE 2025. 2 points in 2 minutes out of all these very interesting presentations in these 2 days. So the first one, I think that it deserves our attention, the interplay that we see, and we have seen it also here, it's not only theoretical discussion, the interplay between structured data, semantic standards, and AI, and LLMs. And we have seen several examples in the presentations in different directions, I would say. So both using LLMs, both using semantic standards in order to improve the performance of LLMs with what is also known as a knowledge graph, RAG, etc. We have seen a couple of presentations already on this. But also on the other side, how you can use LLMs in order to have quicker, faster, and cheaper access to structured data with the examples that we have seen, for example, from information retrieval from EU legislation or from Acomodoso automatic annotation using LLMs. I think that this is an area of a lot of interest. It goes also very closely to a more general research direction that is called neurosymbolic AI, which tries to combine the best of the 2 worlds, trying to address the constraints of LLMs and the constraints of the other part, which is knowledge graphs and symbolic AI, as it's called. So this is my first point. My second point, I found it interesting. The semantic standards potential, especially linked during these 2 days in 2 specific policies, European policies. I'm talking about the the European common data spaces, what was discussed in the panel, and also the single digital gateway. So how semantic standards and all this work that the community here has an interest could support these policies. I think it is clear, and it was perhaps something that was not explicitly, but perhaps implicitly a kind of an agreement from the panel that was before, that we need semantic standards, finally, in the data spaces if we don't want to create the bubble towers once again. I think that, and okay, here allow me to be biased and use 2 examples for 2 initiatives that I started, so I consider them as my babies, and I'm very happy that these babies grow well. So DCAT is a standard that has been established by the community, not top-down, by the community itself. You have seen how many times we have heard about DCAT during all these presentations these days. We have seen also some very interesting examples where DCAT has been applied to specific domains, to specific data spaces, which gives also an idea of what could happen also to other data spaces. And I think it's a very interesting further work in this area from the Commission, from, of course, the community, etc. And if you allow me also another example of another baby, CPSV, the description of public services. You have seen also presentations about this. We have seen also how this is used in Norway, but also elsewhere. And again, this is a specification that could help a lot for the creation of the single digital gateway. There are more than 15, perhaps, member states already that they use this specification natively in their own national portals. So what I think would make perfect sense is to use also the specification natively for the single digital gateway in a similar way that the Commission used natively DCAT AP when we developed our own data portal. So with this, I stop here because, as you can imagine, I could speak for the whole night. And I want to congratulate once again the organizers for this very nice conference. I think that they have found a very interesting niche area, which is really innovation, practical innovation about data technologies as applied in EU institutions and member states. So, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Vasilios. I was brought in to bring in a little bit the academic side on the program committee. There was a question like, should we now also accept papers from academia at ENDORSE? I think if now judging from the program, I think the program committee did a great job now in selecting a diverse set of talks that are cross-cutting. It goes from really technical to less technical to policy-oriented presentations, and I think that's the balance that we need to have. Now the question would be, do we also need very academic presentations over here? And yeah, I try to. In our conversations in the beginning, I said, but let's steer away from that. Let's have a collaboration between a workshop that we have that we hold at the European Semantic Web conference, where there's actually also proceedings published. So academia, yeah, we need to check. We need our checks. So we need, of course, official proceedings before doing that. There are no official proceedings here. Also, the kind of discussions we want to have there are might be perceived as boring over here. Maybe, I don't know. So instead, what do? We have now this collaboration set up, which we always want to keep, in which we're going to invite a speaker from ENDORSE at the ESWC conference to have the cross pollination between the two, and also vice versa. Today we also in the panel we had 2 speakers that presented their work at the academic conference. We select the speakers that would do a good job at ENDORSE as well, because there's also a good selection criteria there after seeing a talk first. So you're considered one of the better speakers at congrats. And this is how we try to also bring the academic view on within ENDORSE. So at least from our side, it was a very interesting conference. It was a really good balance between everything. What I'm concerned, might be biased of course as well. And thank you for the opportunity that we were able to also show a little bit of our academic work at ENDORSE. Thank you very much.